This is the KRUI News at Noon, brought to you in part by the Daily Iowan. This is KRUI, Iowa City.
It is noon in Iowa City. The temperature is 38 degrees, and for KRUI, this is the latest news with Dylan Anderson and Brooke Ballagh. Here are the headlines for this Tuesday. The NCAA tournament comes to an end, Wisconsin voters head to the polls, and a popular University of Iowa website will soon have a new name.
A new NCAA men's basketball national champion was crowned last night as the Villanova Wildcats defeated the North Carolina Tar Heels 77-74 at NRG Stadium in Houston to claim their first national championship since 1985. The game was filled with exciting moments, but none were more thrilling than the buzzer-beating three-pointer from Chris Jenkins to win the game for Villanova right after Marcus Page of UNC tied the game with a clutch three-pointer of his own. The shot sent Villanova fans into a state of euphoria, and because of the win, it was announced early this morning that classes were canceled for today at Villanova, so students and staff have an extended celebration period before going back to reality tomorrow.
Today marks another important day in the race for president. Voters in Wisconsin head to the polls for their state's primary, where 42 delegates are up for grabs. As it stands now, Republican Senator Ted Cruz leads Donald Trump in Wisconsin polls. Wisconsin is seen as a must-win for Cruz to keep Trump from clinching the GOP nomination. A victory for Democrat Bernie Sanders would build on his recent momentum after winning the last 7 states over Hillary Clinton. The University of Iowa is saying goodbye to its Iowa Student Information System website, better known as ISIS. The UI plans to launch the new website called MyUI in late April. The UI started to minimize the use of the ISIS acronym last year in order to eliminate confusion with the terrorist group. Users of the new website will perform all the same functions as the old website. Some of those tasks include registering for classes, viewing grades, and paying university bills.
The state of Alabama has a decision to make regarding their governor. Governor Robert Bentley, who has been governor since 2011, has been accused of having an affair with one of his aides back in 2014. The explicit audio recordings were just released, and people are calling for his resignation. The Alabama Congress will have the opportunity to motion for an impeachment of the governor this week, with a vote happening soon after. Staying with the topic of controversial politicians, Iceland's Prime Minister David Gunnlaugsson has been pressured by Iceland's government and its citizens to resign amid the release of the Panama Papers. Papers revealed links to offshore companies in Panama that had affiliations to banks in Iceland that were part of a stock market collapse that decimated the country's economy back in 2008. The Prime Minister says that he plans on dissolving Parliament and having new elections if his party does not agree with how he is running the government.
Universities in South Dakota hope to enroll more Iowans in their universities by offering Iowans resident tuition rates. This comes after South Dakota's public universities have seen fewer students from Iowa in recent years. Offering Iowans resident tuition rates is a way for public universities in South Dakota to strategically manage its enrollments. Resident tuition rates given to Iowa students in South Dakota will take effect beginning in the summer academic term.
Fans of the NFL will now have another avenue to watch their favorite teams play. Commissioner Roger Goodell announced that Twitter has won the digital streaming rights to all Thursday night football games for the upcoming season and potentially beyond. Terms of the deal were not disclosed, but it was revealed that Twitter will have in-game highlights as well as pre-game footage of the teams warming up on the Periscope app.
5 people were killed after a sightseeing helicopter crashed in Tennessee yesterday. The crash happened around 3:30 p.m. and a fire broke out as a result. It remains unclear of what the cause of the crash was.
A woman in Guthrie Center, Iowa, was arrested for violating her probation orders late last week. The unusual part of this arrest is where officers found her. The police conducted a search warrant of 32-year-old Gabrielle Looper's mobile home and found Looper hiding inside her oven. The oven was not working at the time, but you have to think there could have been a better place to hide than an oven.
Finally, a quick look at the weather forecast for Iowa City. Right now, the temperature is 40 degrees, and for KRUI News, this is Brooke Ballagh with Dylan Anderson.